So it's showing 240 to Kini, kayak. So Egypt shows 170 because it knows it's going to be on the approach.
Yep.
But at Vecchi, you don't want to be doing 240.
It's not going to matter, because the reason it's got 240 in there is because 240 is the nominated speed
below 10.
So it just puts that in there.
Right.
As soon as you open that window, you are speed intervening and selecting the flap. It's working on that speed. So it doesn't matter. You could have 240 knots at the outer marker. Doesn't matter. As long as you got that window open, you will still get the correct presentation on here. All right?
But if on that arrival there was a speed restriction at Vecchi of 210, it would be in there.
Yes.
And it would
come back to it automatically.
It would come back to it, but it wouldn't be in the window.
Wouldn't be in the window, correct. Yeah. Because it's
That's right,
in Airbus terms it's managed,
right?
And in our terms it's not intervened, so the FMC is working it. Right?
Right. So if I'm flying it, I want to slow down. I'm going to call for the slat. I'm going to call for flap 5 when I want flap 5, and then you're automatically going to put it to the speed, or I have to tell you to put it to the speed?
We normally say something like speed on schedule.
Okay.
If you've got the autopilot in, you can do it.
Right.
If you're hand flying it, you can say to me speed on schedule, or you can say, I mean, there's no hard and fast thing. You might say, give me 180 knots, give me 160 knots, give me the 5 bug, whatever. Yeah.
But if it's on speed on schedule and I select flap 5,
I would put you to the 5 bug.
To the 5 bug, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Cool.
And
it's lovely.
Let's see. Thinking of sequence. Flap 30 is going to be effectively final approach fix inbound? Or do you do it before?
Config would be flap 5 on the intermediate approach.
I apologize if I haven't got those SOPs
right.
down.
No, Christ, I don't expect you to know them. Crikey. Flap 5 would be anywhere on the intermediate. As soon as you think you're coming in on the final approach track, you would go to flap 10.
10, yep.
Glide slope intercept would be nominally flap 20 if you wanted to reduce your speed, which would typically be the case today.
So the power's not all over the place,
yeah, because at our weight today we'll have quite a high approach speed. Gear down by 2,000 feet, and select the last flap by 1,500 feet. So the last flap would go from 20, in this case, to 30 in one go, just one go, right? So 2,000 feet by 2,000 feet for the gear, by 1,500 feet for the flap.
Is that?
And then the flap travels out, and it's all nicely done at about 1,200 feet, and then you are stable, set up, landing checks complete by the time you get to 1,000, which is the name of the game.
Okay, and is 1,000 when the normal transfer goes over?
Yes.
Okay. But if you want to have fun, you just take it over early.
No, you don't in BA actually. You keep it. The other guy just flies it. You're not allowed to take over early. And I'm not going to have fun anyway. I'm not here for fun.
Certainly not.
I'm not here to enjoy myself. No, you fly the whole thing. If you want to hand fly it, you can hand fly. The approach is not recommended.
Yeah.
But you're probably best just up to you really. You're going to get other landings in.
Well, I'll probably do the descent by hand just to have some fun.
Okay, all right.
And maybe when it starts leveling off, and there's more difficulty with adjusting power and controlling it, right?
Okay, yeah.
Then go autopilot back on.
Okay. So the way the VNAV works then, just so you're clear, is that the VNAV with that closed, right?
Yes.
Will follow whatever speed it wants to in here. Yeah? So obviously at some stage it will start reducing from Vecchi to Egypt, which will take you below your clean speed, won't it? But we will have intervened by that time.
Right.
Right? There is a bit of a catch to this, which is that if you intervene that, it will come back to that speed. Nice, 180, 160, whatever you put in there.
Yep.
The moment you cancel it, it goes back to 240 knots again. So the throttles open up.
Yeah.
So the trick is, in the VNAV page, on the descent, put in what speed you're doing there. And then if you have to cancel it, it's not going to wang up to 240 knots.
You put that under the selected speed?
Under the selected speed, yeah.
Thank you, Halfway to Hawaii, for your donation.
Lovely.
It says, thanks for all the great info.
Good, thanks guys. Well, nice
All
of you.
on you. Oh, another one.
Another one. So we're
Yeah.
flogging this to death, but this is just for the benefit of people.
From
Now there is some ATC in Honolulu.
What are they called?
Well, there's two of them, but I don't know which one is. Oh well.
we got a £20 donation from Yorkland.
Thank you very much.
Hello chums, hope this is going well. Here's an alarm and some fuel.
Super, thank you very much indeed. More fuel, fantastic. Shall we dump and ask people to contribute more? Yes, so the flight management computer will follow these, provided you're in VNAV.
Got a VNAV page,
Yep.
just in case I'm doing this on my own next night. That one there,
That's the descent page, yes. Okay.
you could use.
Okay. So the VNAV will follow what's happening there, provided
Yeah.
you're in VNAV. If you go into a basic mode, it will ignore what's in there
Yes.
completely.
Yes.
Okay. There is the danger, because from the top of descent you could set in here 3,000 feet,
Yes.
because that's the platform height for the approach. That's fine in VNAV, but if at any stage ATC start messing you about, that then becomes unsafe, because it's 3,000 feet and there is nothing to stop you
Terrain.
flying into the
Yeah.
volcano. All right. So just be aware that what you put in here depends on you having the VNAV operating. Okay.
Yeah.
And anything else we'll talk about as we go. Otherwise, we're going to bore people to death, I can see. But on the approach, the idea is to have the MDA in there, which today is going to be 400 feet. LNAV, localizer, because we're going to use localizer.
Right.
Right. So you'll have speed window open,
Okay.
controllable, speed there, lock there, VNAV path there.
I'd be interested to see it.
Will, won't it?
And Sarge 3099 reckons that we need to speak eventually to 124.1.
Right, so it's still your radio at the moment. There we go.
Okay.
Buzzing.
Interesting.
That didn't buzz then. Oh, there he is, there he is.
Oh, okay.
Try him.
No, it's Speedbird 47 Charlie. Yes, how are you reading us?
Speedbird 47 Charlie, visibility 5 by 5 now.
Mints.
Okay, thank you. Give you a position report at Datby when we get there.
That would be lovely, thank you very much.
Hey, would you like our previous position report?
Speedbird 47 Charlie, no, that's not necessary.
Very good. We'll talk to you at Datby, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
So,
Good.
in case we get any distractions, we'll run the descent checks now, and then at our leisure we'll be able to
Okay.
have a run through that. So, if you'd like to just read that bit, and we'll finish off the briefing as it is.
Okay, so descent
Would that
checks.
count as a distraction?
Oh dear. Oh no.
Hey, descent checks. Recall.
Okay.
0702 Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Doesn't sound Hawaiian, does he?
Well, it's, I think, probably some American
Won't sound
military
Amer-
base have handed over some of their controllers to
Yeah.
Like Alpha Charlie Hotel.
Yeah, sorry, I was on the recall.
Recall.
That's checked, and I'll just check the status while we're there. That's a clean ship, and while I'm there, the fuel is symmetrical. Good.
Good. Auto brake.
Auto brake set 2.
Number 2, landing data.
Okay, VREF for flap 30, 151, and we have 400 barrows set cross check.
And approach briefing.
Yeah, I'll just make sure for my aid memoirs there's anything else I need to do. That's not it. You got it there as well? Yeah, okay, so we've got approach, worth talking about the approach. Flap 30, pitch attitude, just a reminder to you, about 2.5 degrees up.
Okay.
Thrust setting for 280 tons would be about 1.18 plus 5, so about 1.23 on these fellas. Is your target? What's that? Ooh. Weather's lovely, everything else we've taken care of. I'm reading it through here. Do you need a rehearsal on the go around, or are you happy about that? If you're happy, I don't mind.
Let me just think about it. If you're going to be flying it.
I'm going to be flying. Probably,
So
possibly.
I'll
yeah.
be happy with that then.
Okay.
So it's going to be max power, well, go around,
Yep.
which is where?
Either of those
there.
two.
Okay. So you're going to pitch up, power up, and get a positive rate first. And you're going to get flaps to 20?
Yeah, we'll go for
You're
flaps
gonna
20 straight away. So the call would be go around flaps 20, and even though we're descending, that's fine. Select the flaps up to 20, and then the positive rate, and then the gear up, and away we go. And I'll probably put that in early. And 400 feet is the minimum for the LNAV, so 400 feet will push that, take us around the corner, and then we just leave it in VNAV the whole way up till we level off at 5,000 feet. And then once we get to 5,000 feet, we speed intervene at whatever speed we want, probably about the flat 5 speed. Job done. Okay. That'll do.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
No questions?
So you keep flying, and we'll hand over control in a little while. Got a little while to go yet. It's out of the way in case we get any visitors. I still think they're going to take us right hand downwind, like you said. Which is a pity because you get a nice view of the hills going the
Oh,
other
we
way.
can go right around the island.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the lipstick man?
Yes, it is real-time weather. In the sim we use, well, yeah, exactly that, real-time weather downloaded from the internet, comes in real time.
Okay, all right.
It's
I have
active
control.
sky.
I think it's
Sorry.
PSX's sort of internal weather thing. I think
Okay.
that for PSX itself, and then I think it's Opus actually that
Right, okay.
that runs the P3D visuals.
Another donation.
Thank you, Mavis.
Mavis. And of course he's running out of the cockpit to see her before I do.
Yeah.
Progress. Position. Speedbird 47 Charlie. Position.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, good afternoon. Honolulu Center. Turn right, heading 030, 17, pilot 250 for now.
Okay, right turn heading 030, descend 250, 47 Charlie.
A long way out, isn't it? It's so to donate it'd be justgiving.com/Simfest 2016. Or twitchalerts.com/that, which makes it come through on here.
I figured I've come all this way, I may as well don't.
Oh, it's good we carried all the extra fuel, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, A330 Master with a donation of £10. A small something for my favorite flight crew. Don't
Very
tell
nice.
anyone in the back.
There you go.
And actually, Angus, if you just hit the master caution, that'll just clear that. That's right. Yeah.
All right. Do they have any flows for doing the descent, or is it done?
No, not specifically. I mean, it's only so it'll be at 20,000. You know,
Check the 20s.
yeah. Check it. Altimeter check at 20. Altimeter check at 10.
At 18, we'll go to 2999 or whatever Honolulu gives us.
Yeah. Yeah. So at 10, obviously the landing lights go on, and that's about it, really. I think.
Yeah.
Cask and Jeb, I don't know for certain. I think Gary would be able to tell you more. Well, we'll definitely be able to tell you more. I've got a feeling that they're GTX 1080s now, but I might be wrong. I'm a fan 2014, yes, the lever of shame, as Benny would describe it, is the speed brake. I mean, they're there to be used, but oh, hello. That is just a donation. There you go.
That's a significant donation, is it?
It is.
That's probably my one.
There's your one.
Good.
£30.
Thank you very much.
Right,
Cat flap?
that's me. Yeah.
Cat flap.
I figured you guys are nice enough to have me here, so...
Where does that come from? Cat flap.
I can't actually remember. I think, it's because... It's something to do with having my computer's default name, you know, if you don't change it. It was from like an old hard drive or something, and I just went with it.
Cleaning up some of these pieces of paper. I think I should get another ATIS. What time is it? 6:31. That'll be good. Is there any one of these sheets, Simon, that's supposed to be kept?
I think we're still trying to hang on to the donation ones, but everything else I think can go.
Filthy Rich and Cat Flap. Filthy Rich?
Information echo at 14:53, so less than an hour old. Expect runway 35. So
Oh, good.
that's complete change.
Peter will enjoy rebriefing all of that.
And that would be straight in.
Yeah.
So, I'll wait for Peter to come for that.
And no levers of shame on the Comanche.
Wind 070 at 4. Visibility 10 miles. Side conditions clear. 22. Thought it was warmer before. 999. Landing and departing runway 17. IFR or VFR approaches in use. So how do we get two different runways?
Hang on. So what? Oh, so the top one is the PSX ATIS, and then that one is the VATSIM ATIS. So actually, yeah, it is
17's good. Okay, good. I see, because that makes sense now, because this one reads differently too. Okay, good. All right, so we're good then.
That you get an ATIS printout as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Have a look.
Yeah, it's cool.
Really cool.
So there was the PSX one above it.
Yeah.
And then VATSIM's.
And Wales 12 wants to know, Angus, have you ever done a low drag approach in the Gulf Stream? I presume you.
A low drag approach?
Yeah, well, I guess, sort of
That's-
like a delayed flap type thing.
Oh, yeah, we'll often do that, coming in at night and stuff, but there's not a lot of noise from a Gulfstream at the best of times. Well, we got interest perked up for a minute when I did a new ATIS. It said runway 35, but it was the PSX ATIS, and VADSIM still showing the 17. We did, however, once we made the turn at Datby, he gave us a heading 030, descend to 25. I just did in vertical speed because...
Yeah, fine. Well,
Could you descend in VNAV in a 747 if you're on heading?
yes.
Okay, because we
well-
can't do that.
One thing, have we been told to do 260 as well?
No, that was the next question I was going to ask you. Where
Okay.
did that come from?
Don't know. Shouldn't have come from anywhere. Oh, it's because you've gone in VS, so it's opened up at whatever the indicated airspeed was at the time.
At the time,
Okay.
and now it's
Yeah.
keeping it.
Yeah,
Okay.
so now what you want... Well, what I would suggest first of all is
We go
on
back
the, on the
in and do
VNAV
that.
page,
Exactly, I'm going to do that.
because we're way,
It's the
way
third
early, aren't
page.
we? Yeah. So what you can do is, I would just VS it
And do 300.
and just increase the speed like that. 300, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Because I looked over and I saw 2.6 and I went, where did that come
Yeah,
from?
no, it's just because it's gone into VS and it just comes out on the indicated airspeed.
And it
You can
sticks
change it to a
whatever it
Mach
had
number
before.
if you want, like that, pushing
Right.
that button. So in fact, at this altitude, if we go to something like Mach 8.2 would work, probably 8.0, it's probably okay,
And we're,
something like that.
yeah, because we're getting down early.
We're
even though
way,
it's
way
25.
down, way down early, yeah.
Thank goodness we have extra fuel.
Ibaltopia would like to know, Peter and Angus, have either of you ever wanted to become a ferry pilot?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
That's what you do to build experience and
Quite a question, isn't it?
Yeah.
nerves. Well, it's probably the TV shows. There's a TV show on in North America about ferry pilots.
I always remember being on a 777 coming across the Atlantic once going home to the UK, and there was a ferry pilot on the distress frequency asking for us to relay position reports for him, which was quite common. So, yeah, okay, relay this position report from something like 40 west to 30 west. And I forget the time, but it was something like 3.5 hours to go from 40 west to 30 west. It was just ridiculous, In fact, it was probably more than that. And we said, what's the estimate? We said, it's like 4 hours hence. What are you flying in? It was some single engine little teeny weeny thing. And he was actually going to lead to Bradford, this guy, I remember. And I worked out that by the time he got to 30 west, I would have landed at Heathrow, got in my car, driven home and gone to bed, and he would still be going to 30 bloody west. Oh God, what a job.
Peter, did you finish flying on 777 or Jumbos? What was
Oh,
your
the
last-
747.
The
finished
747,
off,
okay,
yeah.
and that was a training captain position, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I heard you talking about VC-10 earlier. Did you fly one?
No, well before my time. No, just
my
at the
favorite
center.
aircraft.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
I think you were saying the other day that you did some time on the Fokker 27.
I was with British Midland. Yeah, we had the
Okay.
F-27 with them. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first did my training, that was the aircraft that we sort of learnt on.
Bloody
We
hell,
had
was
really
it?
older, one of the older Air UK Royal Mail
Oh,
ones
God,
in
yeah.
the hangar, and we just sort of hit it and break it. and
Worst
fix it.
airplane in the world.
Yeah.
Abs-
Well, Gary was saying that they had to go at one, building one, the sim.
Really?
But 2 prior to this, I believe it was. He said he had to go at an F-27. That
Yeah.
was.
Awful airplane.
I could be wrong. I think
Yeah.
he said that.
One thing you can do on here, Angus, if you're off track like this,
Right.
if you go to the descent page, there's a thing here called off path. Okay, and if you push that, it will give you something to put in there, and it will then give you the off path descent. So, for example, let's put the centerline fixed Egypt. Was it Egypt? Something like that. What's that? 3 miles. Let's put Vecchi in because it's 10 miles from touchdown.
Right.
Yeah. So if I take Vecchi down to the bottom, and then go back to my descent page, off path, right, and put Vecchi there, I've now got 156 miles to Vecchi,
Okay.
and you will get, if I select here, display on, right?
Yes.
What you get is circles, and you get a clean circle and a drag circle, and the clean circle is that one.
Right.
That means from that point you should be
want to
able to
target.
glide clean, throttles closed, to get your Vecchi. It doesn't allow for the 180 turn. When you get inside that, you'll get a white arc, which is the drag circle, which is for full speed brake.
Oh, okay.
So it gives you really good, I'll leave that up, gives you a really good guide of when it's time to do something.
Question for Peter: are steep approaches or low drag approaches common in 747s?
So I can't quite hear you, sorry.
Are steep approaches or low drag approaches common in 747s? Asks Wales 12.
Not steep approaches, not at all. Low drag approaches, yes, quite common. Depends what you call a low drag approach. Low drag approach really would be leaving the gear till about 2,000 feet, which is what we're going to do. Can't leave it any later.
And with the gear, by the way, Peter, is that selected by 2,000 feet, or does it have to be green?
Selected by... There's no hard and fast rule about it, but it's not a bad idea, I think, to select it by 2,000 feet.
Yeah.
Some people do it a little bit lower, it just makes things a bit rushed.
We do ours by 5 miles on the runway.
Most airlines will operate what we call a stabilized approach policy, and that means when you get down to 1,000 feet above the airfield nominally, you've got to be in the slot, right speed, right thrust, flap set, checks done, and if you're not, you must go around. So it's quite a tight thing, so that you don't want to be messing with gear and flaps late on, otherwise you won't get to that stabilized figure. And all our Simfest guys understand that, I'm hoping. Where are we going?
GA Smoke Eater, so Angus wants to know, do you like doing a stall indicator test in the Gulf Stream?
There you go, Angus.
Find where that one was.
What's that about? Oh, the relay. Peter, many years ago, it's a relay. Yeah. The balloon, bloody hell.
You like to stall indicator test.
Who thinks it's painful?
Oh, the stall indicator. Well, we do it before all flights. Yeah, you're just checking to make sure the stick shaker goes off when it's supposed to, and that the stick pusher is working. So there's a lot of shaking and grooving going on just before you start taxiing.
Peter, can you name one big difference between the simulator and the real thing?
The real thing flies with less problems than you ever find in a simulator.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, it does. All the simulators I've been on never quite give you the same realism. I think probably the sound is different. I think I would say is different. The main thing that's different.
And I think the airplanes often feel more solid and react to the controls. The ones in the simulator often feel just
a little bit springy.
maybe a little more mush or spring in it. But these days they're so accurate that you can go from flying a simulator to the real thing and really don't lose anything. It just generally the real airplane tends to be more stable and solid feeling.
Certainly, flying something like the 7.4, which is like most of these simulators, 0 flight time graded. So in other words, the pilots can, exactly as Angus says, they can just go from the sim straight to the real aircraft. But the view out the runway on the simulator doesn't give you the real sense of how high above the ground you are when you actually come to land. Whereas a real 747, you think you're doing a low fly past. You really do. And the guys can never get used to this. And the few base flying trips that I did with guys, I said, when it gets to 30 feet, which is the flare point, look out and you'll think you're doing a low fly past, but believe it, because unless you do something, you aren't going to crunch in. And that's the difference between the simulator and the real thing. It's just that depth perception thing, which is very, very different. Yeah, the other thing, something we sort of take for granted is that on takeoff, you pull back on the stick and the thing goes up. Because on the real aeroplane, you actually go up in the air about 30 feet.
Yeah.
So you feel yourself going up, you know.
And then you run along,
and the wheels are still touching. Whereas on the sim, you don't get the same feeling, you know.
Yeah.
Peter, are you what's actually?
Yeah, bloody right.
Affirmative. 47 Charlie.
Studio 47 Charlie, thank you very much. Disable proceed direct to Hotel Oscar Kilo Lima.
Okay.
47 Charlie, direct Hokla.
Perfect. There we go.
Where is that?
It's there.
It's out there.
And 47 Charlie, you can confuse your descent down to 15,000.
Okay.
And direct Hokla descending to 15,000.
Is that PD?
Center 2999.
Would that be PD? Can you ask him?
Okay, and 15,000 our discretion.
Right.
Thank you. 47 Charlie.
Okay, 15's in there.
Okay.
One little anomaly of this is we can't set the QNH yet because the airplane will adjust to it. So we just wait till we start down before we set the altimeter, I should say. Okay, that's probably part of a star, is it?
I'm just going to check because looking out.
So we can get rid of all this rubbish that we've got in here. ILS 17. Let's have a look. I've got Keiko, that's no good.
Yeah.
Now if I put on here waypoints, not helping. Hokla.
Maybe he's just giving us one for positioning because I don't see it.
No, I don't know that. Don't know.
It's south of the island.
It is, isn't it? I wonder if that's on that area chart. Let me have a look.
If it's on a set. Yeah, it's not on any of the SIDS because they all turn around and go back to the other islands.
Yeah.
So.
So he's going down then, okay. All right.
Velocity, so he's ahead of us, velocity.
Must be a long way. Must be a long way ahead of us. Upside down, isn't it?
Some further questions from the stream. Favourite airports, the pilots? Do you have favourites that you...
Not really,
no?
to be honest.
I like Zurich,
It's the wrong airport.
but I guess it's because I fly it in my sim more enough. Innsbruck.
Yeah.
St. Martin, the Caribbean.
Nice approaches, places, yeah.
Let's get rid of that because it's not doing anything. Ugh.
Yeah. The Hawaiian Islands, yeah, when you get a nice... Vancouver's beautiful, the mountains. Santiago, Chile, the mountains.
But Peter, I was going to ask earlier on about hard landings.
So again?
With regards to a hard landing, is it you have to wait on the aircraft to tell you that you've had a hard landing in order to report to engineering, or do you just know? Or what's
You
the
just
procedure?
know. You just know.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's a good question actually. Have you asked that, or is that something that's come up there?
No, that's from my perspective, because obviously we deal with them. But
no, you'll get a printout, and I forget what the G-force is that gives you a printout.
Yeah.
But that in itself isn't an indication of a hard landing.
Oh, okay.
You just
I've flown into Kennedy International, yes.
God, these charts are a nightmare. Is that it? So you pull the chart up and it's upside down, so then you turn it round. God. And then it doesn't load. Oh. So what you might find is that the top of descent point won't agree with.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. We got
Now why
6
the hell
minutes.
is this? We seem to have lost the functionality of the FMC here.
So do you want to start down to Hawkland now? 6 minutes back.
Well, if we're routing in this way, I would think certainly no earlier than that. Otherwise, we're only at 25,000 feet. So I don't think we're in a descent situation at the moment. Still trying to find this Hockler place. Chart's not loading. I can't do anything with it. I think what we'll do is if we start down when we're still in cruise at 35, okay, because you come down in VS. So what I need to do is re-cruise us at 25, right?
Okay.
So if I put 25 in there like that, okay, and I'll just stick 25 up there for a second, just to get us back in cruise mode, right, like that, and push that. We get VNAV path. So the aircraft is now in cruise mode, albeit a bit fast, but we'll do it to 0.85. And my FMC's a bit slow. Come on. There we go. FMC's slowing up a bit here. This could become a problem. It's not going to start doing that. So what we should have now is to put in there, what was it, 15 wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put 15 in there. And it in theory should now work out an arrival based on what we're going to really do. See, I'm pushing buttons here, it's not doing it, you see? See that? ILS 17. Come on. Becky intercept. Like that. Oh, no, we don't want that. The FMC's playing naughty buggers.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, did we finding...
Yeah.
We cleared that up and we just lost our...
No, don't worry.
Aqua.
Yeah, okay, we've lost the lot, so just put it in the heading cell for a minute.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be happening, so... This is not working. What was the name of that place we're going to?
Hokla?
Hokla.
H-O-K-L-A?
H-O-K-L-A. See, I'm typing and nothing's happening. H-O-K-L-A.
But we'll get to some of your questions.
So it's, hang on, it started down, has it? Who started that? Did you start that?
No.
Okay, it's going down in VNAV anyway, so I'll leave that for now.
Oh, there's Hawkland.
Yeah, but the FMC's running so slow that what I'm trying to do is set up the approach track, which...
Yeah, because that looks better now, because we got rid of all that other flying that we weren't going to do,
well,
potentially.
but it's not following the... it's not following what I'm doing with the machine. It's very slow. Gary, if you're listening to this, the FMC's becoming really slow.
In fact,
And do you want to do LNAV to get to Hokta?
Yes, please, if you select that.
Oh, there.
Selected.
Okay, Gary's going to fix that, so we'll just keep going to Hokla at the moment. And we've got ages to go. We can always fix it with a bit of speed brake. So if we go down to 15 now, perhaps that'll do it.
Yeah.
So you have control of the aeroplane. Okay, set QNH then if you would please, Angus, just so we're done. There we go.
2999.
So if I just read to you the approach checklist which says altimeters.
2999.
Okay, that's the approach checklist complete. You've got control of the aircraft. Right, let's try that again. Yes, it has now. Thank you. Perfect. Good. Fine. So now we're in VNAV path.
So now it's figuring we'll cross Hokla
Good.
at 17.
Perfect. So we've now got the profile, we've got the path.
Right.
Perfect. So what we're going to do now is come down at, it's trying to come down at 300 knots, which is fine. Good.
Okay.
So we are...
We don't have a clearance after Hokla.
No. We're within 20 minutes to landing, so we'll put the seatbelt signs on.
Very good.
We make a PA. Cabin crew 20 minutes to landing. Ta-da, job done. I can't see anybody, can you?
TCAS. That's
That's
set up
below.
above, so
My radios. 126.0, Speedbird 47 Charlie. Okay, so I take the radios now.
got the radios.
What was that 80s voice?
Oh, good question.
2324, radar contact command to 15,000 feet.
Alpha.
Alpha. Thank you. Alpha. So as we're approaching 20,000, that will be your call for altimeter check,
Okay.
and then I would respond to that. Okay. Approach hello, Speedbird 47 Charlie with information Alpha 747 descending 15,000 towards Hokla. 20.
20.
2999 set cross check 50.
69, descent to 9,000.
9,000.
They said 69.
Difference.
047 Charlie, Kona.
Aloha, descend 13,000, vectors 17, Speedbird 47 Charlie. Okay, so you're on autopilot, so you can use the MCP.
Okay, so my assumption is we go stay on this heading. We're not going to make a right
At
turn.
the moment, yeah, I reckon.
Okay.
I reckon.
So heading selected. We'll go over Hull. Hullaga. That's your clean ring that we had.
That's it, so we're now inside the clean ring.
Well,
Profile looks good though. That's what it's expecting to do, so it's a bit of belt braces when it's like this, really.
So presumably that clean ring now is shrinking
Yes,
as we, yeah.
it will shrink right down as you get closer, yeah.
Hello everybody on the stream.
and there was a 13,000. That wasn't for us.
Yes, that was for us, 13,000, yeah.
Okay, so,
So
do you
you-
put that in?
You know, because you're flying on the autopilot, you could put 13 in
Oh,
there,
okay.
yeah.
With us,
As
it's
soon as you start hand flying the aircraft, I do all the motions
yeah.
up there.
Okay, so 13's in.
Cracking.
Okay, so we're trucking
I'll give him a
past
hint.
there.
Speedbird 47 Charlie has passed Hoklo, maintaining heading 050. Might wake him up. Obviously not. Speedbird 47 Charlie, past Hokla, maintaining heading 050.
Charlie, negative, maintain target.
Okay, maintaining.
Negative. Present ending. Very good. That happens.
We had some questions about high altitude airports. I don't know if we're going anywhere particularly hot and high this year. Nowhere that's
Don't think so.
sprung to mind, but yeah, some of the challenges involved. So mainly
Yeah,
go up very quickly.
yeah, there are challenges involved. breathing difficulties.
What's the longest flight Peter's done in real life?
Oh gosh, 13 and a bit probably, I think. Something in that order.
Yeah, I did 13:10.
Descend 10-0, descend 10, 10,000, speed with 47 Charlie. You got it. Good.
10,000.
19.5.
Well, I mean, really, the proper way to tell ATC you can't understand what they're saying is generally in plain English. Just saying that you can ask them to say again. If you still don't get it, then you can really. Is American Samoa the next stop? No, we're going to
That was
Seattle.
where we left,
Seattle.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Seattle.
Oh, we're getting some morning.
Oh, here comes dawn. Look, look, look.
Yeah.
Look at
Nice,
that.
doesn't it?
Out to the
Very
east.
pretty.
Oh, there's a big hill down here.
Yeah.
Expedite descent, speed with 47 Charlie.
How would you do that? Oh, just by
I did
speed
flitch.
brake.
I did
do
flitch. Yeah, flitch it down and take speed brake.
So lift up.
Yep. So we're heading towards a big hill, but it's not within our area chart, so I've no idea how high it is. I told you we get there at dawn. That's good, isn't it? That cool?
Very good, yeah. Then this will transition to 240, I guess.
It will. It will indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you straight in now,
Yes.
because we finished with all that stuff, haven't we? Make a bit more sense. I'll just leave the drag curve up for now so you can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And we have dawn coming up, everybody.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice? That's cool. See, even on a full descent 8,000, speedbird 47 Charlie. I'll pop that in for you because your hands are busy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is actually going. What did we say? Our MSA was on the way in here. It was about 11.5. So we're well below MSA now.
Yes.
But we can see
Out
where
over
we are.
the water, yeah.
Coming to
looking for
10.
240 on the speed.
Yep. Because that won't do it automatically. You'll have to cancel that to make it do that. So
Yeah?
yeah, that's right. Because you've actually
Do it?
taken over from the FMC. There you go. So it will now come back to 240.
Didn't.
It will. Well, in VNAV it will. You're in flitch at the moment. Yeah. Right heading 170, speed with 47 Charlie. So we want to get into VNAV mode if we can. Okay. So we'll let it fly VNAV for now.
Okay. There's the 240. Okay.
Okay.
And can bring these back in.
And you had a 10.2999, set cross check. So I'm going to keep legs on my page now so we can see when it's going to configure.
Heading 170 is not joining.
No. Is that what he said? 170?
Better check.
Yeah. Speedbird 47 Charlie, confirm the heading 170 degrees. Okay.
Spacing?
Yeah. So what I can do, so we got 300 in there, but we're in VNAV. Okay. So we want to close that window, and what I can put in here now is we've got 240 as the controlling speed. 1,000 to go.
How's it go?
Thank you, very much appreciate your help. 119.5, speedbird 47 Charlie. That was a cabin call we just got there, by the way. That's probably the cabin ready. Okay, we got it, good, cool. Oops.
A rather large
Approach
hill,
speedbird 47 Charlie, heading heading 170 degrees, descending 8,000.
For 47 Charlie, good morning, sir. Kona, commit speed right back down. That's runway 17 into Kona, reduce speed to 00 knots, please.
Roger, reducing, understood that, back to 200 knots, speedbird 47 Charlie.
So what's the best way to do
Okay,
that?
so select the flaps to 1, I'll do that for you.
Okay.
2999 on speedbird 47 Charlie. So flap
And then
1's
you
been
go to
selected,
2.
so now you can go back to the 1 bug, so you're flying it, so open the window,
And
bring
then-
it back to the 1 bug.
For 47 Charlie, I'm going to have you turn left 120 with these forces, please.
Heading 120 degrees, speedbird 47 Charlie. Gross error check, we've got plenty of time on the height, we're 40 miles out yet, and we're still showing 8,000 feet, so plenty to go. So he wants us back to 200 knots,
Correct.
so
So what we'll
if
do
you
is
now
we'll go
ask
to
for flat 5, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool. And now you can bring it back to 200 straight away once you select that.
200.
Perfect.
Still descending to 8. Getting speed first.
Now you remember I said this business,
Yes.
so now if we put in 200 on
200.
here, you know it's not going to run away with us, okay? So at the moment we've got, the aircraft will come up in thrust there at the moment to control the aeroplane, and it will go to VNAV Alt. Descend and maintain 5,000, speedbird 47 Charlie. Okay, 5. Right, there's your VNAV Alt, it's gone into, so to get it out of VNAV Alt you have to push that button. Now it will go down. There she goes, so it throttles back and the annunciation will go to hold in a moment.
20
Yes. The next altitude it sees the legs is 3,000.
3,000, yeah. So when it gets to 5 it will go to VNAV Alt, because 5,000 feet isn't in the FMC. If 5,000 was in the FMC, it will go to VNAV Path.
Alt means it's selected
Correct.
that alt.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And the ILS is
I checked it
looks like
under
it's pre-selected.
nav radio. I see it 1097.
Fantastic. So this is
So
Hawaii,
we're-
is it?
And we are planning to fly the localizer with glide slope out.
Correct, but
from
you will,
localizer DME
yeah,
using VNAV.
correct. Because we're making life difficult for ourselves, as you do. Right, I'm going to get rid of this thing now because it's just going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So I'll just VNAV forecast, VNAV off path, and then select off. Gets rid of that.
Do you use any scenery add-ons? Yes, lots. And I think you might see the benefit of some of them as we arrive. Emirates 15. That's yes. So Peter is retired 747 captain.
Well retired.
Angus is Angus flies Gulfstreams.
That's an interesting looking pink string, isn't it? Heading 140 degrees, speedbird 47 Charlie. It's very leisurely. The airport's over there somewhere. What was that? Say again, please.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, fly heading 140.
Fly heading 140, speedbird 47 Charlie. 1,000 to go.
Back 6 for 5.
So the way we are at the moment then, we have a descent profile, which is good. We've already got...
47 Charlie, you can continue present heading to join the local
On the heading intercept localizer, runway 17 for the ILS, descend and maintain 3,000, speedbird 47 Charlie.
Loc is armed.
Lock is armed.
3,000
3,000's in.
VNAV's in.
So as far as the VNAV is concerned, you're on a VNAV descent profile.
Right.
You have control of your own speed. The lock will arm, and at some stage we're going to get path and thrust. So the airplane's taken care of.
Okay, I'd like to do speed for flaps 5, please.
Okay, speed flaps 5.
Oh, I guess I can do that, is there?
You could do that, yeah, that's
Right.
right, because you're using the autopilot. We should have been in Concorde, we'd have been there in no time.
Concorde.
Yeah.
And do we have the tower frequency?
There we go, yeah.
See, the
yeah.
real one's 20.3.
Cool.
Have we actually got a localizer? Is it coming in?
It should do,
Oh,
hopefully.
there we go. Yeah.
Thank God for that. Otherwise we're doomed.
Doomed.
We're doomed. So because we'll be coming in VNAV as opposed to a normal ILS approach,
Yes.
the sequencing of this is a little bit different. So you don't select 5,000 for the go around as soon as you get on the glide slope. You select 5,000 once we are inside the final approach fix and at least 300 feet below 5,000. So
Correct. Flaps 10, please.
that was 10, your speeds. You broke up, cleared ILS approach, speedbird 47 Charlie, established runway 17.
So the VNAV will target crossing Vecchi at 3,000.
Correct.
So what is this telling me here?
It tells you that
50.
you're 1,150 feet below a what it would like as a nominal profile, because
Cross Vecchi.
it's cross Vecchi at 3,000, but you find that will catch up and it will come down to 0.
How far back are we? We're 20
See, what you could
miles.
do if you wanted to be bang on the profile, we won't do it, but you'd
Yeah.
open those up a little bit just to reduce your rate of descent.
Yeah.
But we're already only doing 500 feet a minute because the throttles are half open, so you can control your descent rate while it's in hold.
That's 4 for 3.
So Casca
We're
Jones,
We're
the
cleared for
localizer
the
is.
approach.
Correct.
So for the ILS, you've got two signals. You've got the localizer, which gives you your lateral guidance, left and right, where the runway is, and the centre line, and then the glide slope
That's amazing.
gives you your descent path.
Impressive.
Okay, I see the glide slope alive.
Yep. 8 minutes to get on the gate.
Flap 20, please.
Flap 20. Still quite a long way out.
Okay.
So you can speed up, slow down if you wish. I wouldn't presume to tell a bloke like you how to slow down, but you could probably leave something like 160 knots all the way
Yeah.
down to about 5 or 6 miles at this weight, as you can see.
Yep.
So you've been cleared for the approach. That means you could put 400 feet in there. Okay, so if you'd like to do that now, and that has the nice advantage that it saves you from getting a VNAV alt. Yeah.
Oh yes, because it's
Yeah.
trying to level.
So now, what it will do, it will go to VNAV path when you get to your Vecchi at 3,000 feet,
3,000.
and it will
Gets
stay
on
there until
profile.
it decides to go down on 3-degree slope. Yeah. There's your path. Path.
means it's capturing the path. It's not
Correct.
on path yet, right?
One to 0.3, speed 47 Charlie. Thank you very much for your help. Bye. Kona Tower, speedbird 47 Charlie, Vecchi inbound.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, Happy, Kona Tower, good morning. I believe there's going to be one departure prior to your arrival. Winds calm and 17 clear to land.
Copy that, 17 clear to land, speedbird 47 Charlie.
LPU 7.
So you see it starts going down on the 3-degree slope very shortly. And you can just fly, from the configuration point of view, you can just fly like an RLS now, gear down before 2000, final flap before 1500, it'll take care of it all.
This is at 2000.
That's at 1500.
Sorry, that's 15. 2000 was the gear.
Yep. Start on the speed brakes, that's out of the way.
Okay.
The landing checks are called for when the landing flap is selected, so around about 1500 feet. And you'll see there's a bit, well you know this, but there's a bit of a difference between the glide slope and the VNAV profile. So because it's a bit warmer than standard here, we'd expect to be slightly high on the glide slope, which we are. In fact, we look bloody high out there. God blimey.
Cask and jet, so different
Check,
runway
we had
generally
2999 set cross
the-
check, and I can hardly see the bloody runway. Crikey.
runway lights are usually white, and then the edge lights are usually red. And so, yeah,
up
so
a bit.
you've got different lighting denoting the edge, the centre line, and also usually the last couple of thousand feet of the runway, the lighting changes to red as well.
That'd be better. 10 knots over VREF.
Yep.
Taxiway lights are blue.
And gear down.
Gear down.
Definitely we're doing a localizer approach rather than an ILS, so that's why we're going down in localizer and VNAV path.
For training purposes.
Indeed.
That's quite a high nose attitude. Sure why. Gears down. So glide path check at Egypt would be at 1500 feet. Looks like it's going to work out quite nicely.
And full flap.
Full flap. Landing flaps selected.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist coming up. You see how this all works nicely by 1000 feet if we do it this way. So speed brake.
Is armed.
Armed, yeah. Landing
Oh,
gear.
Down.
Flaps.
30.
Okay, and we can now put 5,000 in there. So you can
Yeah.
do that because you're flying the aircraft. Ready for the go around? So all I've got to do now is decide if we're stable and bring the speed back to +5 on there if you would, Angus, please. Cool. Decide if we're stable and then say that we are visual, stable, I have control, thank you.
I have control.
So the oil throttle's coming out. That's out. We said the autopilot's got to be disconnected before we get to just above 400 feet, wasn't it? So
Yep.
there we go. I'm just going to nobble it down slightly onto the glide path now.
Yeah, well, I see
Just
3
so we got
white,
some-
1 red.
So I've got something to look at.
Matches the glide.
50 above. Decide.
Okay, coming up on ref.
Thank you. It's a bit slow on the thrust.
900 down.
Thank you.
Stable.
And reverse to idle, please, if you would. And speed brakes are up.
Idle.
There we go. Auto brakes are off, so manual braking. Now we said we weren't going to hammer it, so I'll let it roll.
Could be a high-speed Charlie.
This will be the boy coming up here, I think, won't it?
Yeah.
Perfect. And forward idle, please.
047 Charlie, heavy welcome to Kona. Make it left unable hold for Alpha, contact ground point 998.
Left on Alpha, okay.
Roger, we'll make a left turn on Alpha at 21.9. Good day, 47 Charlie.
Oh, get off. Get off, Benny. Leave it alone.
Alpha's at the end. This is Charlie.
Oh, left on Charlie and then left on Alpha, wasn't it?
Oh, okay, was it?
I think so.
Very good.
Well, we've just lost all the engine. What's going on here?
Curious?
The whole lot's gone.
Yeah.
Who pushed something? Great. I can do absolutely nothing about this but trundle on. Lost all the power. Yes. Well, don't know what's happened there. Lost all the engines. Very odd. Well, fortunately, we're just trundling in. Hello.
Yeah, at least we're leaving the runway edge.
And it's all back. What the hell was all that about then? Yeah, right. Okay, after landing checks then, please, Angus.
I haven't got any audio here.
Do we have a ground frequency?
I just put it up, yeah.
Okay.
Maintain 5,000. Expect level 39
Perhaps if you just get hold of the man, Angus, I'll
Yeah.
keep coming up here. Here comes Alpha. He did say left on Alpha, so I'll go
Yes.
there.
1026 and Delta 584.
Delta 584, wait back, is correct. Push and start at your discretion. Call for taxi.
Oh, there's some big jets up there. That looks cozy. We'll go up there, I think. Oh,
Push back to cruise. Call when ready for tax. Runway 7 use. Delta 5
just coming up to Kilo, if that's any help.
Yeah, I see. Ground speed bird 47 Charlie on that Alpha.
Got nothing now.
Speedbird 47
No, I can't
Charlie, Kona ground, aloha, welcome. Taxi via Alpha to the ramp or to the terminal. Terminal might be full.
God, I'm sick of it.
Okay,
Yeah, be
we'll
right.
taxi via Alpha and get a parking
In front of the
ramp.
tower, that'll do.
7 Charlie in front of the tower will work.
Not altogether convinced you've got any engines, have you?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, she's still coasting along, which is
Yeah.
a bit weird.
Ground
So
speed
we'd like to
16 knots.
start the APU. Let's do that. Oh, he's pushing now. This is very strange. We should have ground to a halt a long
Are
time.
Heavy really going to push in front of you?
I know.
You got your weather radar off?
I have now. Going to push right into me, so I'm going to go over here. That's the weirdest thing. I've not seen that before.
I think there's a slight disagree on what they're saying out there, Peter.
Sorry?
There's a bit of a disagree with what they're seeing out there.
Oh, okay. Right, the APU's running. Let's see if packs off, please.
Yeah.
See if you can start 4 and 3, please. If you would, let's just strap down. See if they might start, they might not. Well, I can't work out. We're still moving, which I find rather strange. But I'm actually going to try and park. Well, don't know. Finish with the lights, Angus. Thank you.
Oh, these were all cut off, yes.
Right, let's just stick it here. That'll do for government work, won't it?
Now, the APU doesn't show generator available, right? Is it just a matter of selecting it on?
There's almost every been hacked. Yeah.
It says APU
Generator
running.
controlled circuit breakers at the back there, Finn. Can you reach them at the back? Just reset those. Go back, forward, back. A couple of safety switches. Yeah. That should do it. And if it doesn't do it, there's something wrong.
Because would you normally show available?
Yeah, that's what we're just trying to get to. Found them? Let me have a look.
That's right. Yeah. Half cargo. Honor.
Yeah, sorry to all our viewers, we have no idea what happened there. The aeroplane went doolally, but we're just doing the shutdown checks now. And it says here, parking brake, Angus,
Is set.
Confirm.
hydraulic demand pumps,
Off.
fuel pumps,
Off.
beacon,
Off.
doors,
Door button.
manual, lovely.
Terminal might be.
Fuel control switches,
Cut off.
transponder,
2000 and standby.
seatbelt signs,
Off.
and the A cars. Now
Yeah,
this
we have
one
to
might
set
have lost it, mightn't it?
Streetway 104, there should be plenty of space.
It's lost it, which is a pity. Hey ho. We're done. We're out of here. Right, we're going to have a changeover now, guys, and they're just going to fix this. Well, it looks like it's all working again now. So we're going to fix this, and then they'll be off again in about 45 minutes' time, I think, for the next sector, which is to Seattle, with a different crew.
Beautiful Kona. Great scenery.
Yeah, this must be the Orbix North America scenery, which includes the Hawaiian Islands, yeah. Brilliant.
India 27 Heavy, we are ready for taxi. Aircraft calling, stay your course angle. Air India 27 Heavy. Air India 27 Heavy. Taxi via Alpha to runway 17, altimeter 2, caution Alpha is 3000. Caution the Speedbird or British Airways Concourse on taxiway Alpha. Roger, taxi to runway 17 via Alpha and we'll report for the Speedbird, Air India 27 Heavy. Speedbird 46 Charlie requesting taxi. Speedbird 46 Charlie. Taxi via Alpha to runway 17, altimeter 3000. Don't be advised there's Speedbird 47 Charlie on the radio, similar course. Was that Alpha for 17, Speedbird 46 Charlie? Yeah, similar to 1001. Is that correct? Speedbird 46 Charlie? Speedbird 46 Charlie, say again what you are confirming. Speedbird 46 Charlie, you said taxi out via Alpha to hold short 17. If via Alpha hold short runway 17. Where's that? Speedbird 46 Charlie. What? Overground, Aloha, 443. Good afternoon, Yellow Gate, Code 7, Information Bravo, request IFR clearance to Honolulu. Confirm your Aloha 443. We confirm your Aloha 443. Aloha for Aloha 443.